Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today we're making white wheat bread with honey. Let's get started.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to be making a white wheat bread. And I know you see white wheat breads in the stores all the time. The benefits of wheat, and people still are drawn to the soft white bread, but they know they need wheat in their diet. Most people, unless you're wheat intolerant, for fiber purposes. So wheat offers high protein and it's just better for your colon. Okay, so I've got my yeast all proofed and it's ready to go. See the foam and the bubbles going. I accidentally picked up the wrong yeast at the store. I picked up a Rapid Rise, so if you accidentally have Rapid Rise in your pantry, then you'll love this. But you do, I've always proofed my yeast. I don't ever want to rely on it to do that in the bread machine, because so many times I've wasted lots of ingredients and the yeast never proofed itself. So this is a 1 1/3 cup of warm 110 degree water with 1 package of the Rapid Rise Fleshman's yeast. And I've got a 1/3 cup of olive oil in the bottom of the bread maker. Just want to make sure and get all the honey. There's honey in the bottom of this mixing bowl too. I did 1 tablespoon of honey, and it's local honey. Be very careful about buying honeys in the grocery store. There's all kinds of warnings out right now about buying honey, because honey, unless it's done locally, there's just, Subi has been cited for producing non-honey products, if you can believe it. So anyway, just do your research. This is, I don't know if you can see this really well, but the bottom of this, I've got 2 cups of just organic white all-purpose flour, and on the top, actually I've got 2 teaspoons of salt in the middle of this, because I don't want the salt to hit the yeast. If that salt hits the yeast first, it will kill it off and we will have a flat loaf of bread. On top of that, I've got 1/4 cup of gluten, because nobody in my family has a gluten intolerance that I know of. And then there's 2 cups of whole wheat organic. This is called Prairie Gold, the brand name of it. It's an organic whole wheat flour. And remember, if you're using 4 cups of just whole wheat flour, wheat bread in a bread machine is always really, really dense unless you add gluten, or you add, other ingredients that are going to, excuse me, that are going to, alter the consistency. I don't like a heavy, dense, crumbly wheat bread. I like the kind of white wheat bread you find in the store, so I'm trying to mimic that as much as possible. Okay, so we're going to add in this, and I just kind of distribute it over my bread pan. I'm using a bread machine because it does a lot of the work for you. I have a lot of fibromyalgia, and I can't knead bread for long periods of time, and to really get to be a good baker, you need to be able to knead bread, and I'm finding the quick and easy way to do that. Let me plug in the bread machine. Let's see. Okay, and then I'm going to set this to number 6 on mine, which is the sandwich bread. I like that height of bread, and I like there is a whole wheat setting, so let me try that. I've not tried a whole wheat setting, so we might as well do it on the video. 3 is the whole wheat setting, so I'm going to try the whole wheat setting. I've not tried it. I've always just done sandwich bread because that's what we like to eat around here. So I'm going to hit start, and I'm going to grab a little bit of water because I need to watch to make sure there's enough water-flour ratio. And I don't know how well you can see. Let me see if I can move this camera. It's a little milly, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. And remember, you can always add water, you can't take it back. Really important. And what we're looking for the first few minutes, you know, is just to be, you know, wanting to go in one ball. If you have it going everywhere, then obviously your ratios aren't good. I do it mainly by memory because I make this bread twice a week, or a bread like this twice a week. We eat about a loaf and a half of bread. I made bread on Monday and it's Wednesday and we're already only a few slices left. So, and I'm going to touch the bread. I want to see if I get any residue on my finger, because if you don't, that means you have a good ratio going on there. So I can get a little bit closer. There you go. And then once it's going and I've got really good consistency with the bread, I close the bread machine and I just let it do its thing. I really don't bother it. It takes about 2 hours from it double rises, and then yeah, there's a double rise, and then it bakes it all ready for you in this machine. So it's coming to a really good dough. I can already see. What you want is you want it to be really, really, really good. And I'm just touching it to make sure that, you know, it's not wet. If you don't have a bread machine, I highly recommend this one for a bread maker just starting out. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a bread maker, and I did a lot of research, and I can save you a lot of time. This is just a really good bread maker. Check out my review on the bread maker on our videos. To be doing really well, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to close the lid down here and I'm going to let it just operate, and we'll be back in just a few minutes and I'll let you see the first rise. Okay, we're going to check out the bread. It's on its first rise and looks like we have another hour and a half until it's fully done, so we'll be back. Okay, so the bread is out of the bread maker. We do have some slight little injuries from the paddle being in the bread, but nothing about homemade bread is ever perfect. So you can see how moist this is inside. This is a white wheat bread. It's not a white bread and it's not a wheat bread, but it has a very soft consistency. This would be great for maybe just slice it up and put it on the dinner table. It's probably not good for sandwiches because of the blades somehow got lodged in here, but I think if I get so far past this area, the rest of it would be great for sandwich bread. So anyway, it's yummy and I definitely think you should try this recipe. You can find the recipe at potspansandpioneers.com, and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for future recipes. Thanks for joining us.